Hello champions, welcome back. So children, in part 1 we had covered the topics: the concept of management, management process or functions, features of management and importance of management. And in today's video, that is part 2, we will learn about nature of management, levels of management and coordination. So let's start with nature of management. Children, here we will discuss whether management is science or art or it is a profession. But to have clarity on the nature of management, children, first we should understand the characteristics of art, science and profession, and how far management is able to satisfy these characteristics. So let's start with management as an art. Now what is art? Obviously we will say art is a skill based creativity. Art is a skill based creativity, like for example a goldsmith shaping gold into ornaments. I repeat, a goldsmith shaping gold into ornaments, a carpenter making furniture, acting, music, painting, etc. are all examples of art. Now the first point: existence of theoretical knowledge. Existence of theoretical knowledge. Children, you will agree that all forms of art, whether we talk about painting or dancing or music, they all have their own theories or literature. So this feature of art is present in management also, because in management there is lot of literature and theories available, like in the areas of various areas like marketing, HR, finance, etc. You must have heard about MBA, BBA, BBS, right? And children, even most of the managers, they acquire their managing skills by reading management books like Management by Philip Kotler, very famous book, Management by Philip Kotler. And this book is considered to be the Bible of the management, right? So now second point: personalized application. Personalized application. Children, art is a personalized concept as everyone applies the theoretical knowledge in his own personal way. Like every artist has his own way. सबका अपना एक तरीका है काम करने का. Like for example, two dancers. आप दो भरतनाट्यम डांसर्स को स्टेज पे खड़ा कर दो, और टू पेंटर्स और मे बी टू राइटर्स will always present their art form in a different way. When we talk about our film industry, like everyone, you will agree that everyone is not a superstar, but it is the personal touch, not the acting knowledge, that brings life to the character. Like Shahrukh Khan का अपना एक signature style है. So in management also, every manager has his own unique style of managing things. Like some people get motivated with appreciation, right? किसी को डंडा दे के आपको काम कराना पड़ता है. So every manager need to deal with the people differently. उनका अपना एक style होगा काम करने का. So we can say that this feature of art is present in management also. क्योंकि हर मैनेजर अपने स्टाइल, अपना जो अपने स्टाइल है, अपना जो उसका तरीका है काम करने का, वो उसका डिफरेंट तरीके से वो काम करता है, राइट? You will also agree that all the managers, they learn same management theories and principles, but again उनका जो स्टाइल होगा that will be unique, right? Now the third point is based on practice and creativity. Based on practice and creativity. Practice makes one perfect. Very famous saying: practice makes one perfect. The more you practice, better it is, right? So for example, a dancer learns to perform better by continuously regularly practicing a dance. अगर किसी को भरतनाट्यम करना है, मे बी हिप हॉप करना है, तो जितना ज़्यादा that person will practice, उतना वो जो है उसमें perfection आएगी. Same way somebody wants to become painter, तो जितना वो practice करेगा उतना perfection उसके sketching के अंदर आएगी. Now what is creativity, right? What is creativity? Like you must know कि म्यूजिक के अंदर 7 नोट्स होते हैं, बट एवरी म्यूजिशियन क्रिएट्स अ डिफरेंट ट्यून आउट ऑफ इट. A.R. Rahman, a famous musician, is an example of practice and creativity of art. So in nutshell, we can say that this feature of art is also present in management, right? Because a good manager works through a combination of regular practice, creativity, imagination, initiative and innovation. We can say that on comparing the features of art with management, we find that all the features of art are present in management. So we call management as an art of getting things done through people. I repeat, we call management as an art of getting things done through people. So now moving towards our next topic, which is management as a science. Management as a science. Management as a science. Now what is science? So we can say that science is a systematized body of knowledge that explains certain journal truths or the operation of journal laws. Now first point is now as far as management is concerned, does management has systematized body of knowledge? Yes, the answer is yes. Management also has its own set of theories which has been developed over a period of time. So therefore, it satisfies the first feature of management. Like for example, law of gravity explains the reason of an apple falling from a tree towards the ground. Same way, the theory of human behavior explains the nature of people working in the organization, right? So therefore, we can say that this satisfy the first characteristics of management. Now the second point, principles based on experimentation. Principle based on experimentation. Now management also have principles which are formulated after observation and repeated experiments, right? But there is a difference in scientific principles of science and principles of management. I repeat, there is a difference in scientific principles of science and principles of management. What is that? See, scientific principles, children, scientific principles of science will give same result under the controlled conditions. They always give same result. But management principles will not give same result in all the situations. Why? Because management deals with human beings and human nature is complex. आप एक पर्सन को जो मोटिवेशन चाहिए मे बी वो सेकेंड पर्सन का रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं है. Everybody is different, right? So all the human beings, they will not think in a similar manner. Management principles varies organization to organization, right? In science the result can be predicted, but in management principles result cannot be predicted because management deals with human beings with various different nature. Are you getting me? Now the third point, universal validity. We know that scientific principles, children, are universally valid and applicable. जितने भी आपके scientific principles हैं, they are universally valid and applicable. But the principles of management are almost applicable in all the organizations, but these principles need modification every time to match with the given situation. लाइक डिफरेंट सिचुएशंस में आप सेम प्रिंसिपल जो है आपको थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करना पड़ेगा, डिपेंड करता है सिचुएशन क्या है. सो वी कैन कंक्लूड दैट मैनेजमेंट इज इन एग्जैक्ट साइंस. इट इज़ नॉट प्योर साइंस एज फिजिक्स और केमिस्ट्री. नाउ let's share one more example. I will share one more example in this point, universal validity. There is one principle given by Henry Fayol, which we will discuss in the next chapter, the principles of management. There is one principle, centralization and decentralization. Centralization and decentralization. Now centralization means concentration of decision making authority. I repeat, centralization means concentration of decision making authority, and decentralization means dispersal of decision making authority among others. Centralization में मतलब क्या बोल रहे हैं, ये प्रिंसिपल है जो हम नेक्स्ट चैप्टर में करेंगे, उसमें से एक प्रिंसिपल मैं भी डिस्कस कर रही हूँ जस्ट टू हैव मोर क्लैरिटी ऑन दिस. सेंट्रलाइजेशन जो प्रिंसिपल है वहाँ उसके अंदर जो हेड ऑफिस होगा सारी पावर्स उनके पास होंगी. बट इन केस ऑफ डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन जो पावर्स होंगी वो हर ब्रांच में वो लोग डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देंगे, डेलीगेट कर देंगे. Like for example in Reliance, the decentralization will be more as compared to a small trading company. See, आप साइंस के कोई भी प्रिंसिपल ले लो, वो हर जगह आपको सेम, हर सिचुएशन में दे विल गिव सेम रिजल्ट. बट व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट मैनेजमेंट प्रिंसिपल, अगर ऑर्गेनाइजेशन रिलायंस है तो दे ऑल डेफिनेटली वो डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ही करेंगे, क्योंकि सेंट्रलाइजेशन इज नॉट पॉसिबल. सेंट्रलाइजेशन कहाँ पॉसिबल होगी? जहाँ जो एक छोटी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन होगी, दे विल फॉलो सेंट्रलाइजेशन. Like for example, in small trading company, the owner may take all the decisions related to purchase, meetings, buyers, fixing prices, etc. But in big companies, they have separate department headed by specialized personals. Okay, so I hope this is clear. Now moving towards the next topic. Next is management as a profession. Management as a profession. Now what is profession? Profession means where specialized knowledge is required and to which entry is restricted. मतलब हर कोई entry नहीं कर सकता profession के अंदर. Now the first point is well defined body of knowledge. Well defined body of knowledge. Children, all professions like legal, accounting, medical, etc. are based on specialized knowledge acquired through training and degrees. So in management also there is specialized knowledge required which is taught in the management institutions or universities. So we can say that this feature of profession is present in management. Like for example, an individual has to do LLB to become a lawyer or CA to become chartered accountant. Similarly, an individual may have to do an MBA to gain managing skills. Now next point, restricted entry. Now restricted entry, in this point, like to become CS in India, one has to clear exam, right? To become CA, one has to clear CPT. To get admission in management colleges, one has to clear entrance through CAT or GMAT. So one has to clear papers conducted by the institution, the concerned institution. So for doctors, MBBS degree is must. But children, to become manager, there is no restriction. One can become manager even without MBA degree also, if he has enough experience as manager. So we can say that this feature is not applicable to management. ये जो feature है management में applicable नहीं होता, because management के अंदर manager बनने के लिए ऐसा कोई भी आपका कोई hard and fast rule नहीं है, कोई restriction नहीं है. If you have experience, you can become a manager. Now next is professional association. Professional association, like children, in case of lawyers, it is mandatory to become member of bar council to practice law in India, but it is not mandatory for a manager to become a member of any association of management. Like management की भी कुछ associations होती हैं. Like one is All India Management Association, AIMA, All India Management Association, that is AIMA. But जो ये पॉइंट है आपका प्रोफेशनल एसोसिएशन, अगेन दिस फीचर ऑफ प्रोफेशन इज ऑल्सो नॉट प्रेजेंट इन मैनेजमेंट, राइट? नाउ नेक्स्ट इज ethical code of conduct. Ethical code of conduct. Code of conduct means rules and regulations framed to guide the behavior of professionals. And if these professionals like doctors, CA, CS, lawyers violate the code of conduct, then they can be punished and their membership can be cancelled also. The All India Management Association has framed a code of conduct for managers also. But legally it is not mandatory for all the managers to abide by the code of conduct. So therefore this feature is also not present in management. Now the next point, service motive. Now service motive means serving the society like doctors do, whereas basic or primary motive of any organization is to maximize the profit through some profit maximization. But some organization, like they do charities and serve the society, but that's not their main objective. So again this feature is not 100% present in management, as the main objective of management is to achieve organizational goal, which is profit maximization. So we can conclude that all the features of profession as discussed above are not present in management, but maybe in near future, children, these features will be included in management and it will be called as full-fledged profession. Now next slide, very interesting topic, three levels of management. Now we have top level, middle level and lower level. Top level management, like these are the top 10 Indian CEOs who are ruling the world, like Sundar Pichai, Rajiv Suri and all. We'll discuss their responsibilities. Now this is the diagram, top manager, then we have middle level managers, then we have first line managers. Now what is the job of top level management? They set objectives, they scan environment, business environment and plan and make decisions, right? In top level we have board of directors, chairman, general manager, president, vice president, CEO, CFO, etc. Now what they do, basically top level management children formulates overall organizational goals and strategies for their achievement. Top level management are responsible for the welfare and survival of the organization also. And they are responsible for all the business activities and their overall impact on society. Now next come middle level manager. What they do, allocate resources, oversee first line managers, report to top management, develop and implement activities. Now in middle level managers we have operation manager, finance manager, regional manager, zonal manager, medical superintendent, purchase manager, sales manager, marketing manager, executive officer, plant superintendent, etc. Now let's see their main functions. What they do, middle level management, they act as a link between top level and middle level, right? In this hierarchy, like suppose first line managers, they cannot directly contact top level manager will not contact first line managers. So middle level managers, they act as a link between top level managers and first line managers. So what they do, this middle level manager, their functions are to interpret and explain the plans and policies formulated by top level management to lower level management. जो भी यहाँ पे policies बनेंगी, middle level क्या करेगा, उसको जो है explain किसको करेगा, lower level को करेगा. They are responsible for implementing and controlling plans and strategies framed by top management. Whatever they are formulating, यहाँ पे उसका जो implementation होना है वो कौन करवाएगा, middle level करवाएगा. They ensure that their department is working properly, right? Then they motivate employee. Middle level manager, what they will do, they will motivate employees also, and they assign necessary duties and responsibilities to the staff, and they also provide whatever resources are required to accomplish the goal. Then comes first line managers. First line managers, what they do, coordinate activities, supervise employees, report to middle managers involved in day-to-day operation. Like we have supervisors, superintendents, foremen, section officer, clerk, sub-department executive, etc. Now what are the functions? They ensure that quality standards are properly followed by the workers, right? Then they ensure proper and safe working conditions for the workers. जो भी उनकी टीम में जो workers हैं, they will ensure that वो जो काम कर रहे हैं, जो उनका जो working जो environment है, that is good. They guide and help the middle level management in selection, training, placement and promotion. जो फर्स्ट लाइन मैनेजर्स होंगे, दे विल गिव फीडबैक टू मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर्स. सपोज इफ दे वांट कि उनका जो वर्कर्स हैं, दे नीड ट्रेनिंग, तो ये यहाँ पे जो है रिपोर्ट करेंगे उसके लिए. देन दे सेंड रिपोर्ट्स ऑन वर्क परफॉर्मेंस टू द हायर लेवल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. जो भी परफॉर्मेंस होगी उसकी रिपोर्टिंग अगेन दे विल गिव टू मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर्स. they will also supervise and motivate workers and maintain discipline. जो भी workers होंगे उनको discipline में रखना. लाइक जैसे स्ट्राइक्स हो जाती हैं, ठीक है, फैक्ट्रीज के अंदर, तो उनको कौन कंट्रोल करेगा? लाइक ऑब्वियसली फर्स्ट लाइन मैनेजर्स करते हैं कि जो सिचुएशन है, जो एनवायरनमेंट है, दैट शुड बी पीसफुल होनी चाहिए एक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के अंदर. और एंड व्हाट दे डू, व्हाट एल्स दे डू, दे प्लान डे टू डे एक्टिविटीज एंड इशूइंग ऑर्डर्स एंड इंस्ट्रक्शंस टू वर्कर्स. जो भी डेली का काम होगा, फर्स्ट लाइन मैनेजर्स दे विल instruct the workers accordingly, right? Now moving towards the next slide. Coordination, the essence of management. Very important topic, children. Coordination, the essence of management. What is the meaning of essence here? Essence means the topmost quality, like the quality of management, right? It is not the function of management. Coordination is not the function of management. Coordination is basically the important quality of management. Coordination means synchronizing the efforts of different departments in one direction which is achieving organizational goal. जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट्स होंगे कोऑर्डिनेशन के थ्रू मेन जो मैनेजर का जो मोटिव क्या होगा कि दे शुड मूव इन वन डायरेक्शन, और डायरेक्शन किस डायरेक्शन में जाएंगे टू अचीव द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल. लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल, नाउ लिसन केयरफुली. सपोज इन अ शर्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कंपनी, suppose in a shirt manufacturing company, the sale department has received an order of 10,000 units. I'm repeating, the sales department has received an order of 10,000 units. It cannot execute the order unless production department produces 10,000 units, right? Sales department जो है अगर उसके पास order आ गया, जब तक production department उसको produce करके नहीं देता, what is the use? Same way, the production department cannot produce 10,000 units unless purchase department purchase raw material and provides the same to production department. जब तक purchase department raw material नहीं purchase करेगा, production department produce क्या करेगा? Then purchase department cannot purchase raw material unless finance department approves the budget. जब तक budget approve नहीं होगा, finance department जब तक green signal नहीं देगा, तब तक परचेज डिपार्टमेंट जो है परचेजिंग नहीं कर सकता रॉ मटेरियल की. सो सी कितना कोऑर्डिनेशन इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. जितने भी डिपार्टमेंट्स हैं, एवरी डिपार्टमेंट जो है एक दूसरे के साथ कनेक्टेड है, राइट? अगर एक कहीं पे एक जहाँ पे कोऑर्डिनेशन मिस हुआ, पूरी की पूरी जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन है इज गोइंग टू सफर एंड दे विल नॉट अचीव देयर गोल्स, राइट? सो वी कैन से दैट कोऑर्डिनेशन इज अ डेलिब्रेट फंक्शन ऑफ ऑल दी मैनेजर्स, राइट? आपको करना ही है. लाइक कॉपरेशन आपकी मर्जी, आप कॉपरेट करो ना करो, बट कोऑर्डिनेशन चिल्ड्रन इट्स अ डेलिब्रेट फंक्शन, आपको करना ही करना है. इट इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी ऑफ ऑल दी मैनेजर्स लाइक मिडिल लेवल मैनेजर्स कोऑर्डिनेट विद बोथ द टॉप लेवल एंड लोअर लेवल मैनेजर्स. ऑब्वियसली करना ही पड़ेगा कोऑर्डिनेट आपको. इट्स नॉट अ सेपरेट फंक्शन ऑफ मैनेजमेंट, इट्स अ थ्रेड. सी, कोऑर्डिनेशन इज अ थ्रेड, it's a thread which binds all other functions of management, whether it is planning, staffing, organizing, directing or controlling. I repeat, it's not a separate function of management, it is a thread which binds all the other functions of management like planning, organizing, staffing and controlling into a beautiful garland. See, into a beautiful garland. That is why it is called the essence of management, which ensures that organizational objectives are achieved with minimum conflicts. See why coordination is important, right? Coordination must exist, or there is no organization, only an experience, right? So coordination, we can say that, helps to bring together the human and material resources of the organization. Coordination helps to bring together the human and material resources of the organization. It helps to make optimum utilization of resources. Means coordination minimizes the wastage of resources in the organization, right? This is one more diagram. Then management in the 21st century. Like अभी कैसी है मैनेजमेंट, पहले ट्रेडिशनल कैसी थी, अभी कैसी है 21st सेंचुरी में मैनेजमेंट कैसी होगी. लाइक अभी जो है कमांड एंड कंट्रोल जो मैनेजर्स बोलते हैं, मैनेजर्स क्या बोलते हैं, वी विल प्लान एंड द रेस्ट ऑफ यू विल एग्जीक्यूट. हम प्लान करेंगे, तुम एग्जीक्यूट करोगे. बट न्यू मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम टेक्स इनटू अकाउंट द वास्ट नॉलेज हेल्ड बाय पीपल एट ऑल लेवल्स इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. हर लेवल पे इन्वॉल्व करते हैं. आज की डेट में जो मैनेजर्स होंगे वो हर लेवल पे जो है वो इन्वॉल्व करेंगे. जो अभी चल रही है हमारा जो न्यू मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है, सो टेक्स इनटू अकाउंट द वास्ट नॉलेज हेल्ड बाय पीपल एट ऑल लेवल्स. मीन्स हर लेवल को दे विल इन्वॉल्व. एवरीबडी शुड टेक इनिशिएटिव, एवरीबडी शुड पार्टिसिपेट इन मैनेजमेंट डिसीजन, राइट? सो दिस इज मैनेजमेंट इन द 21st century. So children, With this, we complete this chapter. Hope you all understood. But still, if you have any query, let me know. And again, I will repeat that I have prepared this PPT with NCERT material only, so that it becomes easy for everyone. And those who don't have book can go through this PPT as per their convenience. So till then, health and happiness to you and your dear ones. Thank you so much.